Yeah, we're ready now. Good evening and welcome into Maracanãzinho in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil for Game 2 of the BCL Americas quarterfinal series between Flamengo of Brazil and Obras Sanitarias of Argentina. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Feda, and we are so glad you can be here wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world in the USA on the FanDuel TV platform, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel. Andrew, game one on Monday was a rout with Flamengo winning by 33 on Obras' home floor. You look at what happened to Obras, and it's not hard to figure out. 13 turnovers led to 18 Flamengo points. Flamengo more than doubled up Obras' rebounding total and scored 18 more points in the paint than Obras. It was really a total collapse by Obras, and if they're going to have to play a much tighter game tonight on the road if they are going to extend this series to a third game.
I expect to see Obras respond in one of two ways, Craig. Either the mental weight of winning 2 games is too much and they find it hard to compete, or they can be the team with nothing to lose, focus on winning that rebounding battle, and hope some shots fall and they're in the game at the end. By halftime, I think we should be able to tell which Obras team showed up today, Craig.
I think that's an excellent analysis. We'll see how much energy they come out with, and if they've got to fight to try to stay with Flamengo in this game. The other thing that happened to Obras was Caio Manfio. He shot 10 of 10 from the floor, including 7 of 7 from three-point range, en route to 28 points. Add that to Gabriel Galvanini's 20 points, as well as 3 others scoring in double figures. Flamengo was clicking on all cylinders offensively.
Yeah, Craig, you mentioned I believe Flamengo was the better team in every statistical category after game 1. Which, because of Obras' previous ability to hang around in a game, we weren't expecting at all. Coming home, Flamengo would definitely like to ride that wave and end things early tonight. That way they can have a celebration night tomorrow instead of a game.
This is the only game tonight. Tomorrow we will have game 2 between Franca and Hebraica Maccabi, and if necessary, game 3 between Flamengo and Obras in this series. Our officials tonight: Johnny Batista of Puerto Rico, Christian Paez of Ecuador, and Samuel Hidalgo of Dominican Republic. And Gustavo Conti rewarding Caio Manfio for his performance on Monday with a start tonight. So we'll see how he does coming out as a starter. Last night, it was Quimsa with an impressive win over Real Estelí, 98-68. That game was close for a little while, Andrew, but Quimsa pressed on the gas pedal and they were gone.
Yeah, I think Estelí may have forgotten they had a game. I just never really saw. We did speak about potential for chemistry issues, which I saw at some points. It seemed like maybe sharing the ball. It was hard to figure out, hey, who do we give the ball to on the count of Estelí? But Quimsa had no such issues, spread the points around, and came out with a victory relatively easy. Like I said, I would, if I had to choose one word to define Quimsa yesterday, consistency. That's what I'd go with.
Getting the starters now for Obras. It's going to be Franco Smeniati, Andre Spite, Pedro Barral, Jeffrey Solarin, and Hugo Ta Endela. Galvanini jumping against Hugo Ta Endela. Both players 6'8", and we are underway. Pedro Barral tracks it down in the backcourt. Gets it right side, shot clock down to 7, and the drive high off the glass, Jeffrey Solarin.
And don't forget in game one. Oh!
Oh, Gabriel Galvanini scores in with the left hand from the dotted circle and stuffs it over everybody.
And then an immediate steal.
Turnover. Martin Cuello hits from three-point range, and Flamengo up 5-2 very quickly.
Yeah, definitely riding that wave I mentioned. If these first two buckets are any indication. Oh
So
my!
much action, we didn't get a chance to even see the dunk by Galvanini on replay again, but Guy Deodato hitting from three-point range. And Flamengo already
Did
up
Obras turn the
6.
ball over? Did Obras turn the ball over again?
I was
They
trying
scored
to
the
get caught up
three-point
on
shot
my
at-
score sheet. Yeah.
So, yeah, I believe Deodato was the one that hit the last shot, correct? The three?
Correct, yes.
And then we also didn't, Obras must have turned the ball over on the inbound again.
Obras already has 2 turnovers. Now Cuello from the left elbow. That's up and good. Cuello's got
This
5
whole team,
already.
This whole team is man-foing. I messed that up, but I'm trying to make his name a verb.
They're all trying to get a Caio.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Pedro Barral on the pretty baseline drive, going reverse with the right hand.
Well,
Deodato between
before
the
Flamengo
rings.
scored 8 points in a row, I was trying to say that Solarin got off to a really nice start the other night for Obras. He had about 8 points in a row in maybe a couple of minutes in the first quarter, I believe. And that's when we thought Obras was going to kind of stick around, which obviously did not happen, but he got that first basket of the game, so I was going to mention that. And then, then there was just raining down.
And then
for
Flamengo went nuts.
Yeah.
Deodato from the left side. Shot clock winding down, puts it up, catches the front iron. Solarin the rebound. Solarin now moves to his left, gets it to Felipe Iñaco. Iñaco cross court. Little hesitation there, and that is up and in. Andre Spite scores his first 2 points.
Did we say that Flamengo score 120 in the first game?
113. As another three-pointer rains in. Guess who? Kyle Manfio hits his first three-pointer. He's now hit 8 straight. We're all on the drive, giving it up underneath to Spite. He goes off the glass, no. Rebounded by Manfio. Manfio got his scoring average up to 10.6 per game after that 28-point burst.
Well, and I was trying to figure out the quarterly average for the team. If it was 120, that, you know, we all know I'm not great at math, but 120 by 4 is 30. 113 is a little harder for me to figure out, but I think they're pacing. I think they're pacing their average right now.
Well, if they get another bucket before the 5-minute mark, they certainly will. They'll be on that pace for 120. A lot of basketball yet to be played, though. That one is up and good. Kyle Manfio. He is still unconscious, starting this game off 2 for 2 after going 7 for 7 against Obras on Monday. And Flamengo already with a 10-point lead, and Diego Vadel wants timeout.
I mean, there's no indication to say that Obras was going to lay down in this game, but if they keep scoring like this, Flamengo, that is, I don't know how long you can keep your heart in the game as the opposing team here. This is a shooting clinic.
Flamengo 6 of 9 from the floor overall, 4 of 6 from three-point range already. Manfio's 2 for 2. Deodato 1 for 2. Cuello 1 for 1. Franco Balbi 0 for 1. Balbi already 3 assists. So Manfio has hit 9 straight three-pointers going back to Monday's game. Have to look back. There's that dunk by Galvanini with the left hand. Three-pointer by Cuello. Man, if you were late to the start of this one.
You're checking this. Is it really the first quarter?
Yeah. Now some pressure by Flamengo. That leads to the open look from beyond the arc. No good. Solar in the rebound. Goes back up. No. Beg your pardon. That's Huguesta Andela. He misses. Cuello fouled by Leandro Serminato. Diego Vadel with a quick hook on a couple of his starters. Franco Spagnotti pulled after 1:14, replaced by Felipe and Jaco. And Jeffrey Solarin pulled after 3:54, replaced by Serminato. Now Galvanini, the little left-hand floater won't go. Rebound pulled down by Andela. 5.5 minutes to play, first quarter. Andela kicks it out. Now the floating pass to Andela just a little too high for his fingertips. Deodato leading the break. Cuello zips it down to Galvanini, back out to Deodato. Ball's never touching the floor. Floater by Balbi won't go.
I don't know why he didn't just shoot that corner shot. That was great action.
Now the pull-up from 10 feet, no good. Offensive rebound for Obras. Spike gets things set back up. Goes around Andela. Andela has it left elbow, working on Galvanini. Double clutches, shot's good.
Yeah, that last Flamengo possession, Balbi gets the ball in the corner after they've worked the ball around. They've already got the defender on the run. He's wide open. Now, let's say, well, he just doesn't want to shoot that shot yet. It's still early in the game. I don't see why you can't just take one dribble in, hard dribble, and now a pull-up. That's a shot. If you're still developing in the game, you definitely want to get a one dribble pull-up in your arsenal. Everybody should be able to hit that at this level. Maybe not some of your big guys, but if you're a shooter, you should be able to fake and get one dribble in and still be able to shoot.
Guy Deodato certainly did. He's got 5 already, and it is back to a 10-point lead. Prior to that basket by Obras just a moment ago, they had gone nearly 2.5 minutes without scoring. Fortunately, Flamengo cooled off a little bit during that time as Kyle Manfio commits his first foul. And Jaco misses from 3 from beyond the arc. Raul nearly loses it. Takes it the rest of the way himself. Off the glass and in. Pretty drive by Pedro Barral. Oh, Deodato misses what would have been a highlight dunk. Tough shot by Barral, and he draws the foul, fading out of bounds. Prior to his 7-for-7 performance against Obras, Caio Manfio against Hebraica Maccabi in the group phase was 5 of 11 from three-point range. So he's hit a passel of them his last 3 games. Barral now with 5 points. He's got the Flamengo lead cut down to 7. After hitting 1 of 2 free throws. Now Galvanini on the block. Pretty move, went reverse with the left hand, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, I want to convert that. There we go.
Balbi to Galvanini, outside to Machado. He gets it back from the corner, gets just inside the right elbow, pops, no good. Rebound tapped by Galvanini, now controlled by Luzada. Oh, tough shot, Devon Scott. Good work in the paint by Devon Scott. He's got his first 2 points. Lead is back to 9. Spite hounded. Oh my goodness, long three-pointer, nearly went in. That was from the center court logo. Spite gets credit for the putback, and Franco Balbi whistled for the foul. His first, and Spite will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. Juan Venegas on now for Obras, as Pedro Barral sits down.
I think Obras seems unfazed right now. Those substitutions were pretty good, I think. Who knows? Maybe the guys staying in would have been just fine too. But it seems like the team has responded. Let's see before I speak to see if that one goes in or not.
Balbi a little too strong on the three-point attempt. Olivinha, the offensive rebound. Shot clock down to 6, now 5. Balbi into the corner. 3 on the way. No. That goes off the back of the basket support, and that's going to be Obras ball. Devon Scott, in missing that three-pointer, that was just his second three-point attempt in this tournament. Yako gives it back to Ruiz. He gets stuffed in the paint. And now Machado into the corner for Luzada. Luzada with the left hand. 22-14, lead back to 8. Luzada's got his first 2. Coming up on 1 minute to play. Spite all the way himself. Pretty right-hand finger roll.
Yeah, Obras needs to find a way to score points. Right now, they're just trading buckets, and Flamengo seems more capable at scoring. That's obviously not a recipe for success.
Balbi, the awkward left-hand shot in the lane, no good. Ruiz, the rebound.
This is where they want to capitalize.
To play. First quarter.
They get a defensive stop. Now let's score the basketball. There we go.
That's just what they did. Leandro Sermonato with the right-hand drive. And the lead down to 4. Andrew, I like how Obras responded after getting down 10 early.
Right. When they called that timeout, I was a little worried. I said, where do we we might see what team showed up
Yeah.
before halftime, but they came out with some fight. They're having trouble scoring as much as they need to right now because Flamengo has been a little bit quiet in the last 5 minutes. I believe 5 minutes, scoring 6 points. That's an estimate, but Obras hasn't taken advantage of that, holding them that they haven't been able to. They've closed the gap, but not to a tie game.
Three-pointer missed by Guy Deodato. Obras was trying to foul him. The foul was not called. Deodato got the three-point shot off but missed. And we go to the end of the first quarter with Flamengo up by 4, 22-18. So again, a nice response by Obras. They were down 10 early. They went on a 10-4 run themselves over the last 5 minutes of the first quarter to get back to within 4. Franco Balbi has not scored, but he's got 3 assists. Martin Cuello, 5 points. Guy Deodato, 5. Didi Luzada, 2. Galvanini has 2 on that dunk. Kyle Manfio, 6 points, 4 rebounds already. Devon Scott, 2 points. Leandro Serminato has 2. Pedro Barral, 5. Jeffrey Solarin, 2. Andre Spite, 7. And Huguesta Endela, 2 points, 4 rebounds. And Andrew, did Obras do anything different defensively after that timeout, or did Flamengo just cool off?
Well, we had such a flurry of activity there in the first couple minutes. It looked to me that Smaniotti was the one guarding Manfio, and at least one of the shots that Manfio put up was pretty wide open. So it was my assumption that he, was kind of blowing his assignment on that one. It was a reason he came out. And just, normally if it's me, knowing the kind of night that Manfio just had in game 1, I'm probably not going to provide much help away from him. I don't want to leave him open because he's he's already a shooter, and he's proving tonight that he hasn't cooled down any. So I don't want to give him open looks to start the game, which is what they've given him so far. But we'll see. Like I said, he hasn't gotten, I don't think, any other at least 3-point shots since that change. So I would say they're probably doing a little bit better here.
Just about to start the second quarter alongside Andrew Hunt. I'm Craig Feda. Thanks for joining us wherever you're tuned in from in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL America's YouTube channel. Game 2 of this series. Flamengo leads 1-0 after winning 113-80 on Monday. As Galvanini scores, he's got 4 to get the lead back to 6. If you're just joining us, Flamengo went bonkers early, took an 18-8 lead. Kyle Manfio with another couple of 3-pointers after going 7 for 7 on Monday. Machado gives it up to Galvanini. He gets fouled by Ruiz, and that is going to be an unsportsmanlike.
I talked about Smaniotti, but Solarin is a guy, usually a pretty good scoring threat for this team, and he'll guard, guards and in the post. I'm not sure if he really did something to deserve to still be on the bench. I kind of expected to see him back. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he tweaked an ankle or something. Maybe there's an injury situation. I'm just unsure why he's not back in the game.
Yeah, Solarin played just 3 minutes and 54 seconds of that first quarter as Galvanini misses the free throw. He's got one more coming. He's a 46% free throw shooter coming into this game. He drains the second. And those of you watching at home, you look at the camera angle and you see all these empty seats on the far side. You're wondering where all the noise is coming from. All the fans are seated on the camera side, so you don't really see them. They're behind the camera as Galvanini muscles that one up. And the lead's back to 9. Galvanini now with 7. Spite working on Manfio. Kicks it into the corner. Spite comes back out. Shot clock at 5. It's going to be a tough shot over Manfio. Gives it up. 3 on the way. Hits the rim. No. Machado jets into the front court, and he draws the foul. That's going to be on Juan Venegas.
Now that wasn't called unsportsmanlike.
Oh, my. Pretty drive by Scott Machado to finish with the left hand. And the lead is 11, biggest of the game now for Flamengo. A little 5-0 run to start this second quarter, after the 10-4 run to close out the first by Obras. Bound to Iñaco. Now Venegas takes it all the way himself and draws the foul. Juan Venegas will go to the free throw line. He's an 81% free throw shooter on the tournament. Look at the quick drive here. This foul is on Scott Machado. Saw the other defender clear out and give up the rim. Venegas completes the three-point play, and the lead is back down to 8. Are you kidding me? Kyle Manfio again.
Another product of great ball movement.
He's hit 10 straight three-pointers going back to Monday. Turnaround jumper no good, but a foul called, so Leandro Sermonado will go to the free throw line. He's a 90.5% free throw shooter on the tournament.
Flamengo has some very good examples of making the extra pass. They're passing up open shots that I wouldn't mind taking for even more open shots. That are super high percentage. So some of the shots they're passing up, if I only had a couple seconds on the shot clock, I'm happy with the shot. But they're they're moving the ball that one extra pass. If you ever wonder why people say make the extra pass, see some of these possessions and you'll understand exactly what that means.
Second free throw was up and good. Deodato accelerates. Tried to make the pass, but it was intercepted by Miguel Ruiz.
Spite illustrating my dribble pull-up that I mentioned earlier.
Rebound by Ruiz in traffic. He loses it out of bounds. It'll be Flamengo ball. Ruiz the drive. Beg your pardon, that was Spite. And he's got Obras back to within 6. Spite now with 11.
Yeah, I'd say he's keeping him in the game at the moment. He's really the guy that's giving me energy and having success going to the basket. No.
And Manfio finally missed.
That's his spot, too.
Yeah. Galvanini into the paint. Spins with the left hand up and in.
He said he's a wool guy. Now, Craig, to get into the rule book a little bit, we saw there an obvious kickball. The defensive player lifted their foot, kicked the ball. But I contend that sometimes there's a situation where my foot's just already on the ground and somebody throws the ball and it happens to hit my foot. I always argue that's not a kick ball. I didn't move to kick the ball.
Right.
You just threw it at my foot. So,
right.
But sometimes that still gets called. Even in some of our games, I've seen something like that. And I don't know. I just want to advocate for if the feet don't move, don't call kick ball.
Yeah. Leandro Sermonato gets Obras back to within 6, 34-28. And Andrew, going back to Flamengo's last group phase game against Hebraica Maccabi, in the fourth quarter, Caio Manfio had hit, let's see,
anticipation. I'm waiting for the stats. I can't wait to see what we're talking about.
Okay, so let's see. Manfio, three-point jump shot missed. Manfio, three-point jump shot made. Three-point jump shot missed. Dunk made. These are just Caio Manfio, by the way. Offensive rebound. Manfio, offensive rebound, layup, three-point jump shot made. And then the end of the game. So
we're in 6 quarters we're talking about, or 6.5 quarters is our sample size?
Yeah. He hit 11 straight three-pointers.
Oh, wow. Oh, so his perfect three-point percentage started even before last game.
Right. He was 5 of 11 in that game against Hebraica, but he hit his last three-pointer in that game. He had made, I think, 2 previous in the quarter, but then had a miss before hitting one.
Yeah, and if you shoot,
so you could say,
if you shoot 5 for 11 from 3, I'm happy.
Yeah. You could say he's hit 11 of his last 14 or 12 of his last 14. Just crazy. Deodato attacks from the corner and draws the foul. 4:13 to play, second quarter, as we were doing a kind of a deep dive into the historic performance by Caio Manfio. It's got to be some sort of record. 11 straight three-pointers.
Now, what is his three-point percentage when the temperature is higher than 77 degrees Fahrenheit? Do we know? Are we going to get this deep into the stats? I love it. I love those stats.
On days ending in Y. Machado to his left pulls up from about 18, no good. Rebound pulled down by Huesta and Dela. Into the corner, 3 up and in. Felipe and Yago.
I think I'm a Wednesday. Please continue. I'm talking about something irrelevant. I want to hear about the game. Go ahead.
So an 11-4 run by Obras to get back to within 3, and now Gustavo Conti wants timeout. And this might be one of those situations, Andrew, where a team spends so much time and energy coming back after getting down. You have to wonder how many times in a game they can do that. They came back from 10 down in the first quarter, did Obras. And now in the second quarter, they've come back from 11 down to get to within 3. How much does that take out of you as a team?
That's what I was saying earlier. Is they were getting some stops. It was a little bit of a cool down on shooting from Flamengo as well, but give a little credit to the defense. And that's what I was saying. They weren't really scoring as much as what I would want to do. If I've stopped the team, you had said they scored, I want to say 6 points in the last 5 minutes of the first quarter, Flamengo, that is. I want to cut that lead down a little bit more than I would have liked to have been tied at the end of the first quarter. Again, being only down 4 after being down 10 is better, but just like you said, I know that I want to extend my own lead. I want to catch up and tie and then get a lead of, 10 points is always nice. I like to have a 10-point lead, but any lead would be pleasant after being down, but right now they seem to continually be trying to just get even. Which in the past and in our pregame, I did mention Obras is a team that if they're, if I'm on their team and I'm within 3 with a minute or 2 left to play, that's a situation that we've seen them, pull out a victory. So, not worried at that point, but I'd love to just win it,
Rebound by Devon Scott gives Flamengo another chance. Wraparound pass by Cuello. Another 3, and that one missed.
This is an opportunity, like I'm saying, not a great possession by Flamengo. You want to get that stop and also do something here.
Oh, and Jaco with the pretty pass down low to Juan Venegas. Just a little too much English on it as he went off the glass. It spun off a little too hard. Now Scott at the other end misses. And again, Obras with a chance to draw closer. Venegas. Serminato. Venegas gets it back. And Jaco misses the 3-point attempt. Now Machado uses the shoulder to create some space. No call. Missed, and Serminato the rebound. Rebounds dead even at 18 apiece. In the first meeting between these two teams, Flamengo more than doubled the rebounding total for Obras, so they're crashing the boards much better this one. Now Venegas loses it. Up ahead to Cuello, open 3, missed. Andela back taps the rebound to Jaco, and he's got it. We're inside 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Serminato on the handoff to Alejo Digon. Venegas. Lob inside to Andela. Gets the defender in the air. Comes up a little short. Gets his own rebound off the glass and in. Obras down by just 1 now with 1:33 to play in this second quarter.
Back to a couple things here, Craig. A little statistical analysis. We mentioned the rebounding battle. Flamengo obviously wins in that last game, but one just little tidbit to mention, probably wasn't quite as bad as what it looks like on paper, as Flamengo had a great shooting night, so the possible defensive rebounds that Obras had were lower than what you would normally expect. They still lost the rebounding battle, and they're evening it up here, which I had said is a key to them staying in this game and being competitive. Sorry, I want to see what the coach is saying here. Sometimes we get a look at the board.
Well, we can hear Gustavo Conti, but we can't see his whiteboard.
Yeah, we had a quick glimpse, and that's exactly when I trailed off because I'm like, ooh, what's that? So anyway, so I mentioned the statistics, and then the other thing with Obras that I just talked about a moment ago was, to me, that's kind of momentum. When I was saying I get a defensive stop, and then I'd like to try to score on the other end. Now I have 2 or 3 things that happen in a row that are good for me. That's how I build momentum. Right now, what you're seeing from Obras is they're maybe getting a defensive stop, but they're not really scoring the answer. So the momentum doesn't really change. It just kind of has the feeling kind of a dead game. And when you're at the Flamengo is at home, so it's going to be easier for them to get momentum with the home crowd than Obras. So Obras needs to kind of try to make a little something happen once they get a nice. They've got some good defensive stops, so parlay that into some action.
Galvanini has it blocked from behind. It'll be Flamengo ball with 3 on the shot clock. Galvanini gets it and draws the foul. As the shot clock expired, Galvanini gets the big bucket to put Flamengo back up 3 with a free throw on the way. Galvanini in this game from the free throw line, 1 of 2. He's a 46.7% free throw shooter.
Now we'll recall in game 1, he had kind of a shaky start. I mentioned that at the end, I thought they'd get him back in and try to get him some looks at the basket, and he did get some good baskets at the end. I think you said he ended up scoring 19 or 20 points in that game, and now he's off to a great start, which is what we would normally expect in a normal game from Galvanini.
Spite with the right-hand layup.
There we go. Fast break points, great for momentum. That's a defensive stop and an easy lay-in.
Balby on the far side. Shot clock at 10. Balby attacks, high off the glass, yes! Over the outstretched arms of a pair of Obras defenders. Stretches the lead back to 4, and now Diego Vadel wants timeout. With 33 seconds remaining in the game. Or beg your pardon, in the half. Despite the only player in doubles for Obras, Galvanini the only player in doubles for Flamengo with 12. Machado and Balbi each have 4 assists for Flamengo. Manfio has 5 rebounds. Juan Venegas has 3 assists for Obras. Ugasta and Dela 6 rebounds. Again, this is the only game tonight. Possibly 2 games tomorrow. We'll have game 2 between Franca and Hebraica Maccabi at 6:40 p.m. local time, 4:40 p.m. Eastern time. Franca leads that series 1 game to none. And then, if necessary, if Obras wins this game, we will have game 3 between Flamengo and Obras, 9:10 p.m. local time, 7:10 Eastern. But Obras has some work to do first. Got to win 1 before you can win 2.
That's right, Craig.
Off the
that
glass.
is right. You're
Shot
preaching
clock
my gospel.
is off. Game clock at 8. And a foul called. And for good measure, He threw the head back just to make sure everybody saw it. Andrew, you have no idea how much I despise that.
Oh, I think I have some idea, Craig. Some idea.
It is absolutely unnecessary. Watching too much European soccer. So Baral to inbound. Finds Spite. Spite, did he step on the sideline? He did. So with 5.3 to play in the second quarter, Flamengo likely to get the last look as Obras has committed their 8th turnover to just 2 for Flamengo. Clock at 4, now 3, now 1. Deodato rings out. And the second quarter will come to an end with Flamengo on top by 4. 41-37 at the half. Great credit to Obras Sanitarias for coming back from a couple of relatively large early deficits. 10 points in the first quarter, 11 in the second. Flamengo shooting 37% from the floor overall. They cooled off quite a bit from three-point range, just 5 of 17 for 29% now, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Obras, 16 of 32 from the floor. They are 1 for 8 from three-point range. As you see, Obras has taken the rebounding lead. Obras 4 of 6 from the free throw line. 23-19, Obras plus 4 in rebounds. However, they are minus 6 in turnovers. Individually, Franco Balbi, 4 points, 4 assists. Martin Cuello, 5 points. Guy Deodato, 5 points. Didi Luzada, 2 points, 4 rebounds. Kyle Manfio, 9 points on 3 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc. He finally missed one after hitting 11 straight dating back to the group phase. Manfio also with 5 rebounds. Gabriel Galvanini with 12 points, 2 boards. Scott Machado, 2 points, 4 assists. Devon Scott rounds out the scoring for Flamengo with 2 points. Obras Sanitarias, Pedro Baral has 5. Leonardo Sermonado has 5, along with 4 rebounds. Andre Spite, 13 points. Hugo Endela, 4.6 boards. Felipe Yaco, 3 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. Miguel Ruiz, 2 points, 3 rebounds. And Jeffrey Solarin has not been back in the game after coming out at the 6:04 mark. He had 2 points. Juan Venegas has 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Franco Spagnati did not come back into the game after checking out after just 1 minute and 14 seconds. Again at halftime, 41-37 in favor of Flamengo. We are back with second half action live from Maracanãzinho in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in just a few moments. Welcome back to Maracanãozinho in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, for Game 2, BCL quarterfinals series between Obras Sanitarias of Argentina and Flamengo of Brazil. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Feta. We're so glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from. And Andrew, Flamengo threatened to take control of this game a couple of times in the first half, but Obras always had an answer. Crawling back from 10 points down in the first quarter and 11 down in the second to finish the half down just 4.
Yeah, Obras doing what Obras does, hanging around. And that's what I said at the beginning of the game. I'd say that they showed up to play. They're in the game right now. If they can keep this where it is or maybe get a small lead by the end of the game, they have a chance of playing again tomorrow.
Remember, that's what Obras did when they beat Franca in overtime, 97-96 in the group phase. They just hung around. Franca made a few runs. Obras always reeled them back in, and then Obras able to take control of the game and win in overtime. Spite off the window, no. Rebound, Galvanini. It's his third board. Balbi now accelerating, pulling up. Gives it up to Galvanini. Now backing down Andela. With a left-hand jump hook that he likes so much. Scores again.
Smooth.
Leads up to 6. Galvanini now 14 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Spike between the rings. Foul whistle on Galvanini. It's going to be his second.
Craig, can we ask our sideline reporter what's going on with Solarin?
That 3 is up and good. Leandro Sermonado gets Obras back to within 3. We have not seen Jeffrey Solarin since about the 6-minute mark of the first quarter. Galvanini, another left-hand jump hook. He's got 16. Solarin averaging 11.6 points and 5.7 rebounds per game. So he's a guy who brings it for you. Not sure what's going on. Galvanini the reverse, and he steps on the baseline.
And Obras needs defense here. I don't know that I've seen enough of Solarin play that I'd say, man, he's a defensive juggernaut, but I wouldn't call him a liability. I've definitely seen him mixing it up on the post a few times with somebody that's bigger than him, and he holds his own. He's a pretty big frame, solid guy, so going off of that, I wouldn't think that, I guess I would say that the ability to score, any liability he did have on defense, I wouldn't think is so severe that I would give up the offense. But They're doing all right without him for now.
Textbook job by Obras to break the press, but able to convert the look from three-point range. Sada tried to get it to Galvanini in the paint pass, intercepted by Spite. Spite outside to Iñaco. Now Barral. Tough baseline jumper, my
Ooh.
goodness. Man, he had to contend with the backboard on that angle. Caught nothing but the bottom of the net.
Yeah, it was a high degree of difficulty.
Manfio for three. That one missed. Now he's missed two straight. Galvanini, though, the offensive rebound off the square and in. Galvanini flexes his muscles, and he's got 18 points. Miguel Ruiz, that went down and stayed down. He finally got up. Now Manfio sits down.
I think Spite was sharing my frustration on that replay. He's got the easy basket. Why did you foul? Or, you know, if you're going to foul, make sure he can't shoot.
Galvanini misses the chance of the three-point play, and pass tip finally grabbed by Iñaco. Barral makes it all the way himself. No, but he draws the foul. Galvanini has something to say following that play.
I'm not sure on this pressure from Flamengo. You know that I feel like
Obras broke it the first time and very nearly turned it over.
I just mean the strategy behind it. You have the lead. You're controlling the game pretty well so far. I don't know that they've trailed at any point.
They have not.
I feel like I'd be pretty content to just, you know, play defense, and we'll see how long they stick in it. If they get a couple turnovers, I'll write a full apology for ever doubting the coach.
Foul on Miguel Ruiz on the rebound attempt. Albi finds Luzada. Luzada kicks it into the corner for Diodato. Diodato to Galvanini. He drives on Ruiz. The two guys banging, and Galvanini muscles another one up. Galvanini now with 22. Barral. Sermonado gets it to Ruiz underneath. Ruiz misses, gets his own rebound off the glass again. No, another rebound for Ruiz, and he travels.
You got to clear that out.
And Ruiz is saying, "Where's my foul?" Turnover for Obras to just 4 for Flamengo. Albi on the dribble, getting the left side to Luzada, and Sermonado just bowls over Galvanini. Sermonado whistled for the unsportsmanlike. Sure, we'll get another look at it. Here we go. Oh yeah, Sermonado threw the forearm into the chest of Galvanini and just planted him. No need to throw the head back there.
I was wondering if it was a situation as Galvanini I believe it set an original screen and then was going to screen again. If he was a little late and kind of moving, that happens from time to time, and it kind of annoys me when the defensive player gets called for a foul. But I mean, yeah, Galvanini was clearly set for at least a couple of steps there before somebody ran into him.
So are they going to look at this for a possible disqualifying foul?
I mean,
he led with that arm. He extended that arm. Again, our officials for this group, Johnny Batista of Puerto Rico, Christian Paez of Ecuador, and Samuel Hidalgo of Dominican Republic. We're going to get a look at it as well. You can see Galvanini gets set. 1, 2, 3 steps by Serminato. Serminato puts that left elbow into Galvanini's chest and extends it.
He sees this screen coming from the
start. Oh yeah,
from the corner. He knows the screen's coming. It's not like he got blindsided and was just running full speed. Couldn't see him and just knocked him over.
Galvanini set himself and just got planted. That tells you how hard that contact was by Serminato, and I think they're going to toss him.
Yeah, I can't really argue with that one. I would agree with that call, if that's what they do. I'm going to agree with whatever call they decide to make here.
Looks like he's going to stay in the game. But it will be 2 free throws for Galvanini and the ball for Flamengo.
Yeah, my personal opinion, I'm a guy that set a lot of screens. If somebody runs into me like that, I personally don't feel that they need to get kicked out of the game. You're going to get your unsportsmanlike, and I'm going to shoot some free throws, and now you have a foul. The way I always looked at it is like, if you do that to me 5 times, you're out of the game. So, like, that's how I figured you'd get thrown out of the game. But by the rules, if they would have decided that, I wouldn't have put up an argument, because it was pretty obvious that was an intentional act of chucking him.
Yi Deodato gets the 3-pointer. The lead is back to 10. High off the glass and in for Spite. That's one of those plays, Andrew, where it could maybe fire up one team or the other or both. Maybe it fires up Obras, seeing how hard Serminato's fighting. Maybe it fires up Flamengo to defend their guy.
Yeah, the crowd definitely seems to be fired up by it, and they're on Flamengo's side. And I was getting ready to mention, too, here we are for the 3rd time, a pretty big lead that Obras is going to have to fight back to get into the game. And you mentioned how many times can they do that and still get enough points to win.
It's back to 10 inside 5 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Outside to Veral. He launches the 3. That's good!
Hey, Veral is showing up. And that was a bad look, too.
11. Yeah, it was.
Bad pass. He had to catch the ball. I was just getting ready to comment on that, and then he makes it. He makes it in a similar fashion as he made the short corner jumper that was probably over the backboard earlier.
Usada answers at the other end to get the lead back to 9. 4:20 to play, 3rd quarter. Obras fighting for their tournament life. They're all tried to feed De La down low. Pass was intercepted. He was trying to get Ruiz. Now Belby commits the foul.
Yeah, Flamengo needed to be a little more patient on that last one. He settles you're running toward the corner, toward the baseline. You have no backboard on the shot, so you're having to stabilize yourself and shoot. You're almost fading towards the baseline. He went pretty straight up, but your momentum's wanting to take you that way. Meanwhile, he could have passed the ball right up the sideline there to a player that's waiting on the wing for either a shot or a reset and try to get a good basket. That's the type of stuff that you don't want to just take your first shot necessarily as Flamengo right now, because you're in control of the game, so you want to value the ball and get nice looks at the basket to extend this lead out.
All whips the pass into the corner, three-point attempt, no good. Deodato, the rebound.
Who was our shooter on that?
The fans in Maracaronzinho, they were given balloons, it looks like, at halftime. 3 on the way, no. Galvanini tries to get the rebound, but he commits the foul, putting Alejo Digon on the floor.
Craig, that last three-point shot by Obras was taken by Solarin. He's back, so we found him.
Yeah. Checked in about 40 seconds ago as far as game time. Stuck back in, didn't see him. So let's see how long he stays in. If this is an injury issue and he's trying to see how long he can go, or if this was a Diego Vadel saying you're not doing what I want, or you're not playing good enough defense or something. There's some defense from Solarin. Tips that ball. Gets the steal. Behind the back pass into the corner.
Oh.
The pass from Digon to Solarin gets intercepted. Deodato to Manfio. Out of Luzada. On the screen by Galvanini. Didi launches the three, no good. Oh, but what a putback by Kyle Manfio. Manfio now with 11.
That last pass by Digon for Obras trying to feed Solarin down low, he shovels it off, and well, let's let the dust settle here. Yeah, he shovels that off. You need to either go over the top or drop that down. When you shove just like that, like from your hip, the defender, that's where my hand is most likely to be, is between my hip and my shoulder. So make the defender work to get that pass. Either drop it down on a bounce where I've got to really get low to be able to get to it, you know, or go over the top to feed Solarin. That was unnecessary turnover.
Flamengo has matched their biggest lead of the game, 59-48. Spike gets it back. Smaniotti for three, and that is good. Franco Smaniotti back into the game and makes an immediate impact. No pass too far for Scott Machado. Going to be Obras' ball. Seventh turnover for Flamengo. They've had a lot of turnovers this quarter.
And there was a good example I mentioned earlier, Solarin, just to kind of speak into his versatility on defense. He starts off on a guard, gets the switch on the screen with Carlos Olavina, a post, a center, and then switches back again when Olavina goes up the screen. So he's a versatile defender. That's why I said I kind of lean towards, I think he's pretty good at defense. Not, you know, sometimes you have folks not great at defense, but real good at offense. So it's kind of the just score more points than you give up situation. But with Solarin, I think he's a pretty solid guy on defense and rebounding. So good to see him producing here.
Deodato commits the foul. That puts Obras at the free throw line.
You know, Craig, I was always a guy that figured I needed to score. Not great at defense, so I should just score more than my guy. So as long as my guy scored 0 or 1 points, I was winning that battle.
Spite now with 17. He's second leading scorer in the tournament at 20.3, but they're answering at the other end yet again. It's Carlos Oliveira. He's 0 for 5 from three-point range before that one.
He didn't doubt it for a second. That's a veteran for you.
Rebounds now dead even at 27. Another three is up and good!
Uh-oh.
Machado hits that one. He wanted a foul. And now it's a 12-point lead for Flamengo, their biggest of the game. With 1:19 to play in the third quarter, and Diego Vadel suddenly finds his team in danger of having this one be out of reach heading into the fourth quarter. Let's listen into Diego Vadel.
Seguimos nosotros, seguimos. La próxima apretar. Vamos adelante. Rodrigo. Rodrigo, we play side. Chippy. Rodrigo, do the screen to Chippy and Bob. Pass. Deeper. Play. Backdoor, don't lose ball. Stand off. Press screen to the baseline. Roll. Everybody open.
Tranquilo,
La salida. Hey, la salida.
Diego Vadel certainly animated during that timeout. See how Obras responds. 1:20 to play in this third quarter. Flamengo, their biggest lead of the game. Raul. Mandela on the handoff to Spite. Mandela lost it, finally got it back. Shot clock at 10. Venegas has his pass tipped out of bounds by Carlos Oliveira, 40-year-old captain. And it's Obras ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock, 1 minute on the game clock. And a whistle before the shot. The three-pointer will not count. Not a great foul there by Flamengo. He was on Machado. He fouled Franco Spagnotti. So 3 fouls now.
He was frustrated going to that timeout.
Yes, he was. Spagnotti
Wonder if that's
misses
one of
the
those
first
frustration fouls.
Yeah, he was barking at the official about the lack of a foul call on a three-pointer that he made. Second free throw up and good for Spagnotti. Spagnotti guarding Deodato. That three missed. Rebound by Huguesta Indela. That's his 8th rebound. Into the paint, Venegas. It pops out. Shot clock off. Game clock at 20. Machado.
Obviously looking for the last shot here. Here we go.
Now here comes the
Double
screen
screen.
by Oliveira. Machado steps back and drains the three-pointer as the third quarter comes to an end. Machado with 8, and he gives Flamengo their biggest lead of the game at 14, 68-54 heading into the fourth. (68-54). Flamengo outscores Obras by 10 in that third quarter, 27-17. For Flamengo, Martin Cuello, 7 points. Guy Deodato, 8 points. Scott Machado, 8 with 4 assists. Caio Manfio, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Carlos Oliveira, 3 points. Franco Balbi has 4.6 assists. Gabriel Galvanini, 21 points, 4 rebounds. Didi Luzada, 4 points, 5 boards. Devon Scott, 2 points. For Obras, Felipe Ayaco, 3 points. Franco Spagnotti, 4. Jeffrey Solarian, 2. Hugo Estaendela, 4.7 rebounds. Juan Venegas, 3 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Pedro Barral, 11 points, 3 boards. Leandro Sermonato, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Miguel Ruiz, 2 and 5 boards. And Andre Spite leads Obras with 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting. He's also got 3 assists. Well, Andrew, Obras was staying with Flamengo. They were down by about 4, and then we saw Solarin and Spagnotti come back in.
Yeah, I thought Solarin had a pretty immediate impact defensively, or at least, like I said, he was doing a good job on defense. Spagnotti hit a shot right when he came in, a 3, but then you had back-to-back threes by Flamengo, and then that last 3 to end the quarter. I mean, that's 9 points right there, and I don't recall if or how many points were scored in between there by Obras, but 9 points, is the definitely padding on to that 4-point lead you mentioned. I do recall the back-to-back threes. Those were obviously back-to-back unanswered, but
that 3 by Deodato missed. Guy having an off night shooting. 2 of 10 from the arc, 3 of 14 overall. And another turnover for Obras. They've got 13.
Those mistakes in this situation they kill you, because those are easy mistakes you never want to commit. But when you're down like this with 1 quarter to play, that really, it's one of those cliche things, could be the difference in the game. In this case, that really could be the difference in the game. A turnover like that in the first quarter when it's 5-5 or 4-10 like this one was, I'd say we got plenty of game to play. Now I can probably count on 2 hands, maybe not 2 hands, but how many possessions I'm going to have. So really got to value them.
Solarin off the window, no good. Again, a big welcome into all our viewers in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL America's YouTube channel. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name's Craig Fade. I hope you've been enjoying this one. Obras has come back from double-digit deficits on 2 other occasions in this game. Let's see if they can do it here.
Craig, I could probably count the amount of possessions on 2 hands and 2 feet.
Machado to his left. Cuello back to Machado. Luzada. Oh, pretty reverse, Didi Luzada.
I think he got away with a little bit of a shove-off there at the basket.
Solarin shoots it up over Galvanini, misses badly. Solarin wanted the foul call. an offensive foul. I didn't see what happened there. Did you?
No, it was
Gabriel
Galvanini. I gotta
Galvanini.
assume probably wasn't
That's his
set on a
fourth.
screen.
Galvanini has a seat with 4 fouls and 21 points, along with 5 rebounds.
I mean, this is where that addition of Olivina now, I mean, he's an experienced guy that can hold his own for these last 8 minutes if necessary. You can still put Galvanini back in maybe at 5 and let him play with his 4 fouls, knowing that
Step back 3
Olivina's
by
gonna get a
Felipe,
rest.
and Jaco is good.
Yeah, they need something here, but in that scenario, Olivina gets a rest when you bring Galvanini back in, and assuming Galvanini fouls out, now Olivina can finish out the game if necessary.
Manfio for 3, missed. He hit his first 3 in this game. Gave him 11 in a row dating back to the group phase, but now he's missed 3 in a row. And an open look by Venegas that he knocks down. And Obras has cut this lead to 11, and Gustavo Conti wants timeout to try to stop this little run here by Obras.
Provavelmente fazer tudo contra e atacar rápido, tá certo? O Olívia vai defender a mesma regra que a gente estava falando do 5. Você não muda, tá bom? Você não muda. Fica ligado se ele fizer pick and pop pra gente rodar. Na lateral defende 5,
A little 5-0 run here by Obras to get the lead back down to 11. Certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Still plenty of time left, 7 minutes and 22 seconds, but again, how many times can Obras do it in one game?
Right, and we're at the point in the game now for another vocab word, poise. All Flamengo needs to do is not turn the ball over, be patient, even if they're only getting shots that aren't great at the end of the shot clock. They should still be able to play solid defense and rebound. So if they can, my old coach always used to tell me 3 things. You know, if I can get you to do 3 things, grab every defensive rebound, don't turn the ball over, and just be patient on offense and get whatever you get. If that means if Obras just plays great defense and you just have to throw something up at the shot clock, great. They're going to get something in their offense. They're going to get some good looks. You know, no matter what, nobody can play perfect defense for 7 whole minutes. But if they do that, they should be in no danger here.
Manfio misses off the glass, but he draws the foul. I believe that's going to be on Juan Venegas.
And here's a perfect example of what I said, doing exactly what I want. Olivina gets that ball, looks to the high-low. Manfio has Venegas on him, a smaller defender, at 5'11". Mismatch, easy look at the basket. We're on the line now shooting free throws.
Manfio at the free throw line, 2 of 3 in the tournament coming into this one. He has not shot from the stripe here tonight. A little too strong on the first. Manfio drains the second, and the lead's back to 12. Pointer on the way, tried to sell the foul. The official not buying it. The offensive rebound. Here's Venegas. Top of the key. Pulls up. Barely ticks off the front iron.
Yeah, that reminds me of 4th thing to add to my 3 things. Don't foul if you're Flamengo. That stops the clock, lets Obras get some breathers, and easy looks at the basket. You want that clock running.
Oh, pretty drive by Guy Deodato with the left hand. Little scoop finger roll, and he's got 10. Lead back to 14. So Lauren across to Smeniati for 3. No good. Rebound Manfio.
Here we go.
8 boards now.
Balby calling
Kyle
for the
Manfio. Balby gets the screen from Manfio. Gets it out right side. And a pull-up jumper along the baseline and a technical foul for the flop.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I mean, there was contact. He was off balance. I don't know that that was a flop trying to draw a foul. Maybe it was. In real time, it looked like it, that's for sure. On the replay, a little bit slower, maybe not, but...
Yeah, what I saw was the off arm of the offensive player. That I didn't think that I did think he was selling it to fall, but I mean there was, you're really not allowed to do that. So I was like, I probably would just let it go. He missed the shot, like whatever. But here we are.
Yeah, I thought that would have been a no call, kind of like at the other end when
right?
Obras shooter tried to sell the the foul on the 3-point attempt.
That's the other thing offensively for Obras. I just never know. In this situation, you need to score points fast, but you never really want to be in a rush to try to score. And it's just kind of a paradox of what do I do here? Do I just, when I put my coaching hat on, do I say, hey, just pull up the first open 3 you see. If you dribble up and it's open, shoot it. Maybe start shooting from 3-4 foot outside the 3. We need shots,
Serminato fouled. That's going to be on Kyle Manfio, his second. Second team foul on Flamengo. Brawl to inbound. We're all looking. Shot clock inside 10. Gets the pass to Serminato off the glass. No. Rebound finally pulled down by Luzada. Rebounds dead even at 33 apiece. 5:15 to play now, fourth quarter. Flamengo trying to eliminate Obras in the quarterfinals. Balby with the left hand
Balby.
up and in, and Flamengo 5 minutes from the final 4. 16-point lead now, 75-59. Matches the biggest of the game, and Flamengo can start to taste the semifinals.
If you want to be a point guard when you grow up, Craig, watch Balby here. He gets down to the end of the shot clock, gets in there, throws a little fake, gets a nice look at a shot, and hits the basket. And the last 2 or 3 possessions, he's been calling for the ball to make sure they bring it up slow and don't run too much time off the clock, as he does right here. He's in control of this game right now.
Balby around the screen by Galvanini. Left side to Machado. Now Galvanini off the window. Yes, Gabriel Galvanini. And that may be the final nail in the coffin for Obras. Lead is 18. Galvanini has 23. He can make it 24 from the free throw line here. Galvanini 3 of 6 from the stripe in this game. Free throw is
like
up and in, and the lead is 19.
just realized that exactly what I had said had come true, that Galvanini got put back in right around the 5-minute mark. So, just me and Coach are on the same page here.
Get down into the corner.
Now you've got Olavina looking to check in as well, I think.
That's a nice job by Galvanini to let go of that rebound. Galvanini with the block. Boy, Galvanini just elevated.
Textbook too, arms straight up.
Yep. I think that was Baral that he stoned. Luzada thought about the three and lost the ball, turned it over.
Let's see this one. A lot of folks, they miss blocks or get called for a foul when they swing at the ball, and it's hard when you're going up to not swing at the ball because you're trying to block the ball. But the best way to do that is arms straight up and wait for them to let go of it. That's the problem. Waiting for them to let go before you actually make contact with the ball is the way to do that.
That was Baral that got blocked. Galvanini comes out. Carlos Olavina back in. Obras with the timeout. We can get a look at what Diego Vadel is trying to draw up.
So it looks like Smaniotti's going to be in the corner on this. Sermonito's going to be set up, it looked like around the free throw line, and it looks like they're trying to get action going away from that side of the floor. I want to say Smaniotti is going to go to the right side. We'll see here. He's going to the left. So the action's going to be to the right side of the court, but I expect Smaniotti might be looking for a shot.
Spike gets it back, now drives with the left hand and scores. Looks like they were trying to get something up top for a three-point attempt. Spite instead took it himself. He's got 19.
Well, and Spite almost shot the first thing he had there at the top, which I'm like, I don't really want to draw up a play just for you to dribble up and shoot. It wasn't a very open shot, and he decided not to do it, so it was all for the best, I think.
Luzada into the paint, feeds Olavina. Beautiful play. Olavina off the glass and in, and he's got 5. Spite between the rings, launches the long three-pointer, and that is good. Andre Spite from about 28 feet, and he's got 22.
Now, see, I criticized the shot he almost took the last position. That one I'm good because I just mentioned earlier how many points I need. What am I going to run an offense for 20 seconds? Shoot, go ahead, take a couple of those, and he made it.
Yeah,
so
you did say that.
It's still
even
probably,
if it was 3 or 4 feet beyond the arc.
Yeah, a little too late at this point, probably, but.
Luzada missed. Now Spite whips the pass left side. Now into the corner. Back across to Serminato for 3. That missed. Maniotti swoops in to try to save the rebound, but can't. Balby saves it inbounds to one of his teammates, and we are inside 2 minutes. Balby and Luzada, I beg your pardon, Machado, you can bet they're going to go a little four corners offense here. A little too casual with that pass. A Spite into the corner. 3 on the way. Olavina the rebound. Inside 90 seconds. Balby going to hold for a few seconds. Actually gets it to Luzada. Shot clock at 8. Still burn off a few more seconds, even if you don't even take a shot here.
Right.
Machado. I didn't think he got that off.
Another one of my...
They burn off 24 seconds. And now Diego Vadell wants timeout, Andrew.
Yeah, another one of my crazy coaching theories that I've thought of before is in a situation where I have a shot clock like this level, if I have a lead like this, I had thought about, why don't I just let the time expire, and now I get to go set up on defense instead of taking a wild shot at the buzzer to avoid a turnover that is relevant to me. Now the other team, if I do that, they potentially could run out and get to the other side and shoot. Again, in this particular game, the game's essentially over. So nothing they do, I think, is going to be wrong or right. But in a case with a little bit of a closer game where I'm in the lead, I've thought about that before. Just literally hold the ball, don't even shoot.
So just take the shot clock violation. Don't give up a long rebound and an outlet pass to an easy fast break transition bucket or a pull-up three. We give defense a chance to get back and get set up.
Yeah, we call that a dead ball turnover. You have to inbound the ball, so I have a chance to get back, versus a live ball turnover that's gives you a numbers advantage, or you're at the very least you're running towards the we're both running towards your basket, so I have to turn around and figure out where I'm at on defense and everything. So dead ball turnovers are always preferable. If you're going to turn the ball over, at least give me a dead ball turnover.
Scarbonato back to Spagnotti. Pass outside for 3. Obras 6 of 22 now from three-point range for 27%. Flamengo not much better. 9 of 29 for 31%. And again, here you go. They just burn off 24 seconds, launch a 3, and they get the ball back because Obras could not get the rebound. All academic
Now
here,
see,
of course.
I really like that, is if I can shoot the ball to where it hits the rim and goes out of bounds. Now I avoid the turnover and I get a look at a basket. I got to make 1 out of 10 of those, right? One of them's going to go in.
I like your screwball theories.
Add to it on the other side. If I'm Obras, just start shooting from, the four I call
anywhere outside the three-point arc.
Yeah, on a high school. There you go. You're there. See, Spite's with me. He's my guy.
Spite's got 25, and the Flamengo's just going to walk it up. And the clock will expire, and so will Obras' hopes to advance to the Final Four. Flamengo is on to the semifinals with an 80-67 win over Obras. Not a high-scoring fourth quarter, Andrew. Flamengo outscores Obras 13-12 in that fourth quarter.
Right. Well, and we mentioned
that was just
this in
fine
the game
for
too.
Flamengo.
Yeah, with about 5 minutes left, I mean, the game was essentially, Flamengo didn't have any pressure to really score points at that point. So I mean, that's really going to skew any scoring of that quarter. Just real quick, I do want to just hand it to Obras. I said at the beginning of the game they could either kind of lay down or fight to try to win. They definitely put up a good fight for most of the game. I think Flamengo just really was the better team here this evening. I want to give some credit to Obras for, it could be very easy to say, man, we got to win 2 games. That's really hard. Let's just go home. They really brought it and played. So congratulations to them on the end of the tournament. But they played well.
Yeah, absolutely, and they took down a tough Franca team in the group phase as Carlos Olivia leads the on-court celebration. He's got the public address mic. Let's look at the final numbers on this one. Flamengo, 45% from the floor, 32 of 79 of 30 from the arc, 30%, 7 of 12 from the free throw line. Obras, 26 of 61, 42.6% overall, 7 of 23 from three-point range, 30.4%, 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Flamengo wins the rebounding battle, 39-35, 13 turnovers for Obras, 15. Beg your pardon, 11 for Flamengo. Individually for Flamengo, Martin Cuello, 7 points. Gidi Luzada, 6 points, 6 boards. Scott Machado, 8 points, 5 assists. Kyle Manfio, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Franco Balbi, 6 points, 6 dimes. Guy Deodato, 10 points. Gabriel Galvanini leads all scorers. No, he doesn't, actually. He's one short of Andre Spike. Galvanini with 24 points, 7 rebounds. Carlos Olivia, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Devon Scott, 2 points for Flamengo. For Obras, Leandro Sermonato, 8.6 rebounds. Jeffrey Solarin, 2 points. Andre Spite, 25 points on 10 of 13 shooting. He also had 3 assists. Pedro Barral, 11 points, 3 rebounds. Felipe Nyako, 6 points. Miguel Ruiz, 2. Franco Spagnati, 4. Should also mention Miguel Ruiz had 5 rebounds. Huguesta Endela, 4 points, 9 rebounds. And Juan Venegas, 5 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists. So Flamengo on to the BCL Americas Final Four. And the BCL Americas season for Obras is over. There will be no Game 3, so just one game tomorrow night between Franca and Hebraica Maccabi, Game 2 of that series, 6:40 p.m. local time, 4:40 p.m. Eastern time. Franca leads that series 1-0. Again, the final score, Flamengo 80, Obras Sanitarias 67. And Flamengo, again, with a chance to bring home the hardware. For my partner, Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Feta, saying so long once again from Maracanãzinho in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And thanks for watching, everybody.